Good afternoon. Today, we are making an interview to teacher Francisco Quevedo about the influence and development of English language. Teacher, could you tell me please why English is important nowadays?
Okay, yes, of course. Good afternoon, everybody. There are many reasons, but I am going to focus on only some of them. First of all, I think it is to communicate with people. Another could be to push your career forward. And one of the most interesting reasons I can find is that English gets you access to knowledge. In fact, it is considered as the language of the internet. Besides all of this, I can express as well that it is not hard to learn like other languages. So it has become, for this reason, that is not really hard, it has become the lingua franca, or the language that the great majority of the countries have in common. Don't forget that a lingua franca is learned as a second language or as another language or as a foreign language in another country in which is not spoken natively. And well, I can say that it is the language of the entertainment.
In what areas of development do you think English is more important?
Well, this question is very similar as the previous one, but what I can say is that is more important in business, in traveling, in researching, and so on, right? What do I say this? Well, because, for instance, when you take an airplane, the most common language is English. And people who are constantly traveling use airplanes. And generally speaking, they are businessmen or businesswomen. And I think that is the most important areas of development.
What has influence in English development?
Well, English has had a lot of influences in different periods of time and from different countries. I can mention now that it is divided or classified into Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. And each type of English, or in each period, it has been influenced by different things. For example, we can say that it has been influenced primarily by other languages. For example, the Roman influence, the Germanic influence, the Christian influence, the Norman invasion, etc. Right? So there are many things through all the time that have been influenced English.
What do you think the benefits of English are?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. Well, it gives you the opportunity to easily get a job, or in the job you have, it may represent a higher pay or a better salary. In general, we can say that more job opportunities, and in the same field, we can say, as I said in one of the previous questions, that is the language of business and diplomacy. Moreover, I consider that you can study more things if you speak English. You can get access to the most prestigious universities in the country or even in the world. And as I already mentioned, in the field of researching. Personally speaking, I am very grateful with this beautiful language because it has given me access to many things that I wouldn't have if I didn't speak English. For example, some trips. I have had some scholarships. I currently work at some private schools, language schools, in which I teach, obviously, English. So that is from my experience.
What is necessary to do for improving English teaching in Mexico?
Okay. Well, first of all, I will focus on the educational field in terms of the people who is in charge of teaching English. The teachers are very necessary to improve the language itself in Mexico. There is a large lack of teachers in Mexico. So the government should have more places or more schools where a teacher can be prepared. And not only prepared, well trained. And the other thing that I consider to be very important is salaries. If a teacher anywhere in Mexico is not well paid, then how is he supposed to survive? And if he or she does not survive with only one job, he or she needs or will need to get more jobs. So in that case, the quality of teaching decreases. So what I think, particularly, two things: the lack of teachers and the poor salary or income that teachers receive.